Hey everyone, it's Fatty and I'm back with another Phantom video setup guide for the Yeezy 350 Carbon. Alright, so these are releasing tomorrow. It's going to be releasing in YeezySupply and also Footsites. Mainly Foot Locker, Kids Foot Locker, Footaction, Champ Sports, East Bay, and Foot Locker Canada. Alright, so in terms of time, 2 different times, so that's good, right? That means you guys can run for both of them. So first up, you have Footsites dropping at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, which really sucks for the West Coast because that's 4 a.m. Pacific Time. So 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 a.m. Pacific Time, and they're dropping both GS sizes on Kids Foot Locker, and then you have the full men's sizes on regular Foot Locker, and then Kids Foot Locker is also dropping GS sizes too. And then same thing for Footaction, Champ Sports, and East Bay. And Foot Locker Canada dropping all the sizes all the way from 4. Sorry, all the way from 4 all the way up to 16. And then YeezySupply, you are looking at a 9 a.m. Eastern Time drop, 6 a.m. Pacific drop. They're dropping men's size, kids size, and infant sizes. Alright, so first thing first, let's get us set up on Footsites. So as always, I'm always going to use Foot Locker as my example. US. So all the details are down below. You already know this. SKU is here. Put that there. You know, sizes, super simple, right? If you want a random size, click on random and it's going to choose any random size that's available. If you want something specific, let's say, hey, I want a 4.5, click on 4.5. If you want to, let's say, hey, I want one for babe sizes. I just want a 4.5, oops, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, right? So all you do is go here, multi-sizing, just separate everything with a comma. Remember, no spaces in between sizes. And a quantity, this is really important because a lot of times when you create tasks, if you don't do quantity, nothing's going to show up. So I'm just going to do 1 for this one. And then profile, you can either select each individual profile that you want, or if you want the same exact setting for all your profile, just use all profile, which I'm going to do. Default list, super simple. This is the one where you make your different proxy lists and you select the one you want. And then as we always say, for Footsites, please check out with PayPal. Use PayPal checkout just because we've done a lot of tests in the back end and we know it cancels a lot less compared to if you were to use a card. Alright, and just to give you some details about PayPal, what it's going to do is, it uses guest checkout, alright? So you do not need your PayPal account. So it uses guest checkout. Number 2, if PayPal fails, don't worry. What it's going to do is it's going to go back and just check out with just a card and not PayPal. So it has a backup just in case PayPal don't work. But like I said, tick it off. Trust me, you're not going to regret it, usually. Alright? Alright, so click on create, view my task, and here everything is. What sizes, what I'm running for, the site for Locker here, test profile, etc. Alright? Super, super simple. Let me go through the details for this one before I move on to YeezySupply. So for Footsites, we are going to generate the cookies for you, so you do not need to generate any cookies. Again, we are going to generate cookies just for Footsites, so you don't need to generate cookies, but if you want to, you could do some on the back end as a backup. What else? Delay. So, the same thing as always. Low to mid delay, so you want 1500 to 5000 ms. So you want that. Start time, we would say start about 15 minutes before it goes live. Start about 15 minutes before it goes live. Proxies, DC, and residential both work. Like I said, never put your eggs all in one basket. I mean, if you're limited in resources and whatnot, I get it. But if you have the resources, do both, if you want to. DC is good because it's faster. But a lot of times, it might be easier for those DC proxies to get banned. On the flip side, residential, they're more reliable. They're less likely to get banned, but they're slower. Okay, so that's the pro and con. I mean, something like this, again, there's going to be a ton of stock, right? Well, not a ton, but a lot of stock. So it shouldn't sell immediately. So residential wouldn't hurt you in terms of hurting your chances compared to DC. But obviously, again, DC is quicker. So like I said, there's pro and cons to both. If you want to, I would just use both to be on the safe side. And that's really it. I already talked about PayPal, so that's super simple. Alright, so that is Footsites. Let's move on to YeezySupply. Before I begin, typically when YeezySupply releases, they usually have, like a set amount, right? From what we know, they're going to be 5 times as many stock as any other YeezySupply release. So what that means is usually, I'm making the numbers up, right? Usually, let's say YeezySupply has 10 to 15,000 pair. Tomorrow is probably going to be like 50 to 75,000 pairs, like 5 times as many. Typically we could generate cookies for you on the back end with no issues, but with something like this, where it's going to be 5 times as much, it's going to be hard for our servers to keep up with the cookie gen. And the last thing we want to do is have you guys trying to run and it's like waiting for cookie, because like I said, it's not fast enough to capture all the cookies that's needed because stock is super high. So what we recommend is generating your own cookies. All right, we recommend generating your own cookies. That's gonna be really important. And one thing you also need to remember about this is the fact that cookies only last for 30 minutes. All right, yeah, it kind of sucks, right? But it is what it is. We get it. It only lasts for 30 minutes. So make sure you generate your cookies about 30 minutes before it goes live. So again, it's going live at 9 a.m. Start Eastern time. Start generating your cookies at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time or 5:30 a.m. Pacific time. All right, that's the best time to start generating them. But again, there's lots of stock there, and that's why we can't generate the cookies for you guys for this release, because stock is so high, and the number of tasks you guys are gonna run just won't be able to keep up, right? So again, trying to do some forward thinking, trying to troubleshoot before it gets worse. So that's why we're recommending that you guys generate the cookies to avoid that. Cool. All right, so let's get to it. Super simple, right? So what you do, you click on Yeezy, right? And then let's see, I'm just going to use the men's size. Actually, I already have it. This is it right here. Same thing. So type in your SKU for this one. Men's size is this one, and then you have a different SKU for kids and different SKU for infants. I'll put everything down below. Same thing for multi-sizing, or if you want to do different sizes, or if you want to do a random size or one size, you can do that here. For this one, again, I mean, even though we're not generating cookies for you guys, I would say go ahead and use advanced mode. Advanced mode is always good to use, especially for YeezySupply. If you use advanced mode, you do not need to log into your Captcha Manager. You do not need those 0.9 Gmails, alright? So, like I said, if you use advanced, you're good to go. If you use standard, then yes, you do need to log into your Captcha Manager, and you also need to make sure you have a good 0.9 Gmail. Typically, what we recommend, we say 90% run advanced and 10% run standard. But hey, if you want to do 100% advanced, that's totally fine too. If you want to do 100% standard, that's totally fine too. You guys can do what you feel is best. The recommendation we give you is just that. It's just a recommendation. But after running Phantom for many times, by this point you should know what works for you and what doesn't, because everyone has a different setup, and different setup work for different people in different ways. So there's no cookie cutter way about this. All right. Let's see. All right, so I got all my stuff here. I'm gonna use on my profile, click create, and then boom, here is everything, all the stuff right here. So what do you need to know? So I already told you about, I'm gonna say this again because I know you might have forgotten or not heard me the first time. We recommend generating your own cookies. You can do that. I'll have it in the link below, but what was it again? I totally forgot what it was. Good job, Albert. It is, there you go. It's ghost.shoes/L/extension. There you go. Ghost.shoes/L/extension. That's where you can go to get your extension. Delays, you want to run at least 5,000. In terms of start time, so typically two things. You could either wait for us to say run, and that's usually when the sale begins, or if you see the sale begins, go ahead and start running. So like I said, either way works. Typically when we tell you to run, it's because we know for a fact that the sale has actually began and we know that stock has actually gone live. But if you were to start when the website says sale started, that's totally fine too. DC and residential proxy both work. Same exact deal as Footsites. Feel free to kind of mix it up and not put all your eggs in one basket. And I already talked to you guys about advanced mode and standard mode. So again, be logged into your Captcha Manager if you're not running advanced mode. And if you are running advanced mode, then you're good to go. Alright, that is really it. Super simple, lots of stock. Hoping that's gonna be a crazy cookout for you guys. So yeah, that's really it for now. Drop a comment below if you have any questions. I would do my best. I can't guarantee it. I would do my best to answer any questions that you guys had beforehand. But if you guys are in the Discord, the Phantom Discord, that's the best place to ask a question. All right, until then, got my cookies. I will see you next time, guys. Have a good cookout. See ya.